Well, good morning and thanks for joining me. I hope you had a great Christmas. We had a really good Christmas. We spent our Christmas afternoon with my mom and my brother and my great aunt and her husband. It was kind of a normal, traditional kind of thing for us. And as the afternoon was winding down, my great aunt, she said, "I wish Christmas wasn't over. I wish it could go on a little more." And though many of us share in her sentiment, we have to recognize that the days are moving on, or else we won't be prepared for the next big day that is coming. New Year's Eve, you might be thinking, well, yeah, but not so much because it's New Year's Eve. Because December 31st is the end of the 2022 tax year. I hate to be bringing this up. I wish it weren't so. But even yesterday, as I was finishing up the day, I looked at my emails, and the people that do our payroll sent me an email saying our W-2s are now ready if we do an online thing. Oh, that was disappointing, because it reminds us that the time of year is coming when we have to face our financial realities. We have to take stock of where we are at, and hopefully not have to write too big of a check to the government. It's a time of year where we'll have to look again at our mortgages and think about how much we still owe on our houses, and try not to be overwhelmed about the financial storm that everybody is trying to prepare us for. In this season, you know what would be really nice? Instead of trying to do some financial juggling between debt and expenditures, between what we have and what we owe, wouldn't it be nice if we received a letter in the mail that our mortgages had been paid off? If our debt overnight had been paid off, wouldn't it be awesome? Wouldn't it be nice if the student loans that the people have, I know there's been a lot of talk of the debt forgiveness program, but they're talking like 20, 30,000, where most people are getting out of college with debt of $100, $200, $300,000. Imagine if that overnight had been paid off. How much stress would that take off of the coming new year? How much brighter would that make our financial picture next year? To not have any debt hanging over us, whether it's mortgages or student loans or I don't know, credit cards, anything, whether all that debt had been paid. Well, the Bible tells us that we did have a debt that we couldn't pay, that we were dead to rights because of our sin. We had a debt that was literally impossible for us to pay, a debt that would have eventually crushed us, a debt that because of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross has been canceled. Listen to how Paul puts it in his letter to the Colossians church. In Colossians 2:14, he wrote, "And you, being dead in your trespasses and the uncircumcision of your flesh, he has made alive together with him, having forgiven all of your trespasses, having wiped out the handwriting of the requirements that was against us, which was contrary to us, and he has taken it out of the way, having nailed it to the cross." The good news of the gospel is that God's debt forgiveness is not simply debt management, but debt forgiveness. It's available because of what Jesus did on the cross. And like all debts, the money had to come from somewhere. Like all debts, the price had to be paid. But the good news of the gospel is that the debt has already been paid. And we just have to fill out the metaphorical paperwork to accept his debt forgiveness plan. Then we are no longer managing debt. We are no longer crushed by it. We won't lose the farm because of it. But better than that, we will inherit eternal life. So as the tax season is upon us, as much as I hate to say it, as we are once again forced to face our mortgages and our debts, and maybe even write the government a check, let us remember, let us be thankful that our bigger debt has already been paid. And let us remember what Jesus had told his disciples in John 14, verse 27. He says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. Not as the world gives do I give you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So let us be thankful. Let us rejoice. Let us have peace, his peace, that our debt has been paid. Have a great day. Ciao.